Okay, let's start our Python programming journey. Today we will create our first program and we will run that as well. So let's do that. So here in VS Code, I have opened my folder which called Python course, which I have created in my desktop. You can create anywhere and you can name the folder anything as well, but I like Python course. Then if you are not able to open the folder, then you can go to file and then open folder, and you can just click on that and then you can open the folder which you want to open. Now let's create a Python file. Before creating the Python file, we have to remember all of the Python files will have .py extension. So let's do that. So I'll click on this button which says new file, or you can right click on new file as well. So I'll click on this and main.py. So I have given my Python file main.py name. You can do anything, but you have to make sure that the extension should be .py. Okay, so we will start by writing our first code which will print our name to the output window. So let's do that. So in Python we have a inbuilt function. I know that might sound a little bit confusing, but we will get through all of that in the later sections. So let's do that. So let's write print, and VS Code is suggesting us as well, which is nice. And then we want to do parentheses, and then we can pass anything like single quote or double quotes here. I like double quotes, so I'll do that. And then I'll write the name of Rimuru Tempest. Let me know in the comment section who knows that name. Anyhow, so we have written our first line of code, but our file is not saved. And we can see that by this white dot. So we can just hit Control Save or Control S, or if you are in Mac, then Command S, and the file should save. Okay, now how we can run the program. So we can install a package or extension for VS Code which is called Code Runner. You have to install that, and after you have done that, you will get this play button here by which you can run your program. So let's click on this, and here it is, Rimuru Tempest has been printed. But this is the output, like the view, right, which Code Runner provides us, which is nice, but in the later part we will change this one as well. And why we change that, we will see that in a minute. So this is our first Python program. Before going any further, let's recap what is happening behind the scenes. So I'll copy some comment and I will paste it here. And let's do that. And let's do that. And then we can just hit Control and slash and it will comment it out. So now we have seen one other thing, which is comments in Python. Comments are basically some description or some code which is not being read by the Python interpreter. So if I save that and then if I run the program again, there is only Rimuru Tempest is being printed. This total thing will be ignored. We will learn more about them in later as well. Okay, so what is happening behind the scenes? So we have our Python code. So we are giving that Python code to the interpreter, and then it is being converted to bytecode, and then that bytecode runs in the CPython VM, and we are able to see the output here, which is nice. And you might be thinking how we are giving to the Python interpreter our code. So by clicking on this button basically. So which is nice, Now, what I want that some user can give some input and that input is being printed to the output window. Let's do that. So what we can do, we can just here say like there is another function which is called input, and then we can say anything like what to enter, right? Write your name here, something like that. Okay, now I'll give some space as well so that our like the output is a little bit clear. Now let's run the program and see what happens. I'll clear the previous outputs and then hit run button again. So Rimuru Tempest, and then write your name here. Okay, so let's do that. And the first thing you will notice that you are not able to write anything here, which is strange, right? So how we can do that? So just press the stop button, it will stop. Okay, now what is the problem? Let's see. So we can go to the view and then we can hit the terminal, and there is a shortcut here as well, control plus tilde, which is basically the key just below your escape key. So let's open the terminal. So here is my terminal, and now I will teach you another way how you can run your program. So you can write Python and then main.py, the file name which you have right here. If you have something like app.py, you have to say like python app.py and hit enter. So here again we have the Rimuru Tempest, and here we have the write your name here, and let's see, let's say, so now we are able to write the name here. Okay, and if we hit enter, then there is nothing. So we will fix that. So what is happening? Why we are not able to like grab the input when we are pressing this button? So there is a setting which we have to change. So go to settings and this one, settings, and here we have to search for run code in, and we have the first one, code runner run in terminal. So basically when we are by default running our program, code runner output window is not capable of getting some input from the user. So we have to do that. So just check on it, and now what will happen, our code will run in the terminal by default where user can give the input. Okay, so let's close it out, and now if we hit run again, now this one is here and here is the terminal, and we can say Rimuru again and nothing happens. So let's grab the input which the user giving us, right? To do that, we have to allocate some memory to that particular data which is being entered by the user, for which we use variables. So I'll go through the variables in the later section, but for our first program, I want to just get started, and please write that, which I am writing here. So I can write name and give equals to the input. So what will happen? So when the user is typing something here, that particular thing will be placed inside the name, or that particular thing can be accessed by this variable name. Okay, now we can just do print and then name. Okay, and hit save. Obviously, many of the times I forget to save my code, so yeah, let's run the program again. So write your name here. Oh, okay, I cannot scroll. Okay, that is fine. Rimaru, and hit enter. Okay, that name is being printed now, but I want to do a little bit more. Let's greet the user. Say, so let's do double quotes and then plus the name, and inside of double quotes, let's say, hey there, and then hit save and run our program again. But before doing that, I'll hit Ctrl L to clear up my terminal and then run the program. Okay, write your name here. I'll write Rimaru and then hit enter. Hey there, Rimaru is being printed. But one thing I forgot to make a space here. So let's save again. Let's clear the console by Ctrl and L and then hit run again, Rimaru, and hit enter. And yes, there is the hey there, Rimaru is being printed in the console. You can write anything and that will work. So yes, I want to just throw away some of the code so that we are comfortable with the code. And also I didn't want it to just print out the text or something else in the screen for the first program. We want to do some more things as well, right? So yes, so this is it for this video. Let's catch up in the next one.